Dan Willis here, and we're talking about Delta Management Associates. Now, this is a large, aggressive, third-party debt collection agency headquartered in Chelsea, Massachusetts. They'll service and collect upon a variety of types of consumer debt. However, they specialize in collecting upon higher education, both private and federal public student loans, government accounts, financial services, and government accounts include like court fees, traffic tickets, etc. Now, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act is the big swinger, the big legislation that protects you and is supposed to regulate how Delta Management Associates and other collection agencies go about collecting this debt. We'll talk more about that here in a moment. However, the first most common mistake people make is they'll just pay off old delinquent debt with the assumption, and it's logical, that this is how to get a better credit score. Unfortunately, the reality is it just doesn't work that way. Often FICO, the credit scoring algorithm, is going to see that collection listing. When it gets changed from unpaid to a paid collection, they're going to view that as recent activity, as in you recently just had a paid collection, and many consumers learn the hard way that it'll actually pull your credit score down. As Anthony Sprov, one of the spokesmen for FICO, says, a collection listing on your credit report can damage and drag your score down by up to 100 points. The second big mistake is to just ignore debt collections, and with the false belief that they're just going to disappear like a fart in the wind. It just doesn't work that way. At some point in time, and according to the Delta Management Associates website, they have a large legal network. They're going to sue you in a civil court. This can result in a judgment against you, which is going to annihilate your creditworthiness. Moreover, depending upon what state you live in, a judgment can lead to wage garnishment and even asset seizure. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Now, the best and most effective very first step before you do anything is to request validation on your debt. This is your right granted under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and you really would benefit a lot by making this request in writing. And what it's going to require Delta Management Associates to do is to respond by providing you with the evidence, the legal paperwork, all the documents that actually prove, yes, this is your debt, and yes, they legally own the collection rights. And if they validate it, well, first, if they don't validate it, then that item it's forgiven. The debt is forgiven, and the negative credit on your credit reports is supposed to be removed. Now, if it is validated, it's not uncommon for collection agencies to just not validate debts. That's a very real possibility. If it is validated, then you want to examine those documents and that paperwork, and you need to investigate the statute of limitations. For the vast majority of consumer debts, credit cards, medical bills, repossessions, most consumer debts, the only exceptions are federal student loans and taxes, and there might be one other, I'm sorry. But for the vast majority, you're only legally responsible for payment for a specific number of years. This is typically 6 to 7 years. It does depend upon your state of residence, but many collection agencies will completely disregard that, and that's why consumers will have reports of being contacted and trying to be collected upon of a debt that's 20 years old. Like, don't hold your breath about that. So if you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll-free 1-877-418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation, and the toll-free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. Of course, subscribe, because coming up next, we're going to be talking about how to negotiate a settlement payment with Delta Management Associates. And if you'd like the full story, we're going to include a link in the description below over to an article at our website. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. This is Dan Willis. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.